Welcome, seekers of nuance and guardians of heartfelt truths, to an episode that asks you to hear what isn't said as much as what is. You've arrived at your refuge for context, insight, and exclusivity, secrets behind the stars. In a universe where glitter drowns out meaning and attention is a commodity, a single sentence, released at the exact second the calendar flipped, froze an entire timeline in place. The world rang in 2026 with fireworks and recycled captions, but one woman refused to decorate the noise. Sıla Türkoğlu, a face loved far beyond Turkey's borders, chose the closing heartbeat of the year not for a party snapshot, but for a fragment of thought that sounded like a promise to herself. Her post, unfinished yet piercingly clear in its intent, has stirred more debate than any glossy headline could. Today on Secrets Behind the Stars, we're not spinning rumors of breakups that never happened. We're mapping the quiet revolution of a woman reshaping the terms of her life, and of her bond with Halil Ibrahim Ceyhan. Before we dive into a sea of unspoken boundaries, reclaimed serenity, and the art of saying less while meaning more, let me extend an invitation. If you value narrative craft and respectful, psychologically grounded analysis of artists' inner evolutions, subscribe to Secrets Behind the Stars. Turn on notifications so depth finds you first. And if you want to be a cornerstone of this community and access the intimate perspectives we can't publish openly, tap the Join button now. Your membership powers the reporting that treats these life stories with the care they deserve. Now quiet your mind and lean in, because we're about to decipher the code left by Sıla Türkoğlu. The final minute of 2025 was ticking away. Social media drowned in sequins and champagne emojis. Right then, amid the glitter flood, Sıla posted a line that instantly broke the feed's momentum. In 2026, the single change I crave is, and then she stopped. An ellipsis, a breath held midair. A prompt inviting the world to finish the thought. Within minutes, Istanbul's gossip circles were vibrating with theories. What could someone who appears to have everything, career, grace, admiration, need to alter so urgently? Predictably, the tabloids lunged at catastrophe. Was it a jab at Halil Ibrahim Ceyhan? A flare signaling turbulence? The preface to goodbye? But here at Secrets Behind the Stars, we read tone as well as text. The syntax carried resolve, not panic. It didn't sound like a plea hurled from a sinking ship, but like a guiding principle announced by someone who has learned to swim in restless waters. Sıla wasn't demanding a new stage, she was revising the script. And as you'll see, the revision has nothing to do with tearing apart, it has everything to do with fortifying, through a different emotional architecture. Whispers from people close to the actress tell us this enigmatic line grew out of months of reflection. Far from a midnight whim, the phrase, "the single change I crave," compresses a philosophy. Sıla has begun viewing her life less as a stream of happenings and more as a repertoire of choices. The shift she's chasing isn't external. She isn't trying to refashion the people around her, not even Halil. What she wants to transform is the way she meets them, the rhythm with which she engages. It's a fine line that changes everything. Rather than replacing the players in her story, she's rewriting their dialogue. She intends to create conversations that are cleaner, calmer, more honest, especially with family and the small circle whose opinion actually matters. Farewell to the age of accommodation, welcome to a season of authenticity. Allow me a pause with our Secrets Behind the Stars family. Ask yourself, how many times have you wished to shift the style of a relationship instead of the person inside it? Can old ties carry new boundaries without snapping? Share your reflections in the comments, we read them closely. Tell us your own change goal for 2026. And if this kind of deep dive matters to you, give the video a like. If you believe in our independent work, the Join button is your VIP pass to context that resists the rush of misinformation. When you join, you help us keep quality and rigor alive. Become part of our family and stay at the heart of Secrets Behind the Stars. The story of Sıla Türkoğlu and Halil Ibrahim Ceyhan has fed Turkish headlines for years. To many, they've been framed as a dream duo, effortless and untouchable. But life behind the curtain is detailed and human. Their realities include filming calendars that rarely align, projects that stretch across borders, and a tidal wave of attention that magnifies every glance, every tap, every silence. In that climate, Sıla's desire for change becomes practical. When she talks about transformation, she means building a framework based on mutual understanding and clearly drawn lines, a deliberate alternative to the noisy chorus where everyone thinks they get a say. Those close to her put it bluntly: Sıla and Halil have been caught in misunderstandings bred by third-party whispers, the broken telephone of gossip, and unsolicited narratives inserted into their lives. Her aim for 2026 is to ring-fence their connection, to create a protected room where only the two of them stand. It's not a retreat from love, it's an act of devotion toward it. If love wants to survive fame, part of it must live beyond the headlights. One of the most intriguing facets of this shift is Sıla's deliberate choice to speak less publicly. Friends say she's embraced a credo that favors living over explaining. In a world that prizes display over depth, she's quietly pushing back. She's told confidants she doesn't need to publicize joy for it to be real. Moving her private life behind heavier curtains isn't just about dodging paparazzi, it's a spiritual recalibration. She believes a relationship model that doesn't perform for the crowd will be kinder to both her and Halil. It's a vote for true closeness over theatrical intimacy. By dimming the opinions of strangers, she hopes to hear her own voice, and his, more distinctly. It's a return to essentials, to the core of human closeness that evaporates when you live for applause. You can't assess Sıla's evolution without noticing the parallel steps of Halil Ibrahim Ceyhan. Known for discipline and quiet magnetism, he's been invoking one word with unusual regularity: balance. Like Sıla, he's drawing a firmer line between his craft and his heart. The timing, both landing on the same conclusion as 2026 opens, is no accident. It signals a relationship shifting from starry infatuation to a mindful alliance. Halil, by all accounts, is steadfast in his support. At New Year's tables, he reportedly told friends, "We're simplifying, not replacing." That distinction matters. They aren't chasing a different life, they're clearing away what the life they already want doesn't need. You can see their complicity in the rules they're drafting. In-person talks over long chains of messages, presence over performance, a vow to shelter the bond from the demands that don't belong inside it. They're raising walls where stress from set life and fan fever can't intrude. Maybe the boldest stroke in Sıla's resolution is the decision to stop trying to soothe everyone. For years, she wore the soft label, the girl who smiles, the one who never makes waves. But growth sometimes requires disappointing others to remain loyal to yourself. Those around her say she's tired of carrying the hopes of strangers like a backpack that never comes off. Listening inward will require firmer borders. Expect clearer positions, fewer explanations, and a voice that doesn't apologize for existing. She isn't vanishing anyone from her world, she's rearranging the seating chart. Those who import drama will be escorted to the outer rows, while those who bring steadiness, like Halil, will sit closest to the light. It's an act of emotional hygiene that might surprise some, but it's necessary medicine for a mind seeking calm. Before we close, thank you for making Secrets Behind the Stars your home for celebrity storytelling that respects the people behind the personas. If you haven't joined our membership tiers, you're missing the behind-the-scenes analyses we reserve for our closest circle. Click Join to support our independence and help us carry these investigations to the depth they deserve. Your support via the Join button keeps us traveling, calling, verifying, delivering truth with patience instead of panic. As we step away from Sıla Türkoğlu's unfinished sentence, one bright certainty remains: 2026 isn't the year of tearing down, it's the year of scaffolding. That single change wasn't a lament, it was a blueprint. Sıla has quit starring in a narrative written by everyone else and taken the pen for herself. Her hope to retune the voices around her, so she can better hear her own, might be the clearest, most mature wish that this industry has witnessed in a New Year's glow. Halil and Sıla, far from drifting, are meeting each other in a quiet place of mutual regard, shared stillness, and honest limits. In that room, faint and sacred, away from sirens and flashbulbs, love gets to breathe long enough to prove it can last. If this story nudged you to reflect on your own boundaries and the transformations you want to build, don't forget to like, share with fellow fans, and subscribe to Secrets Behind the Stars. And once more, consider joining our members' circle by pressing Join. Your support keeps the candle of Secrets Behind the Stars burning steady when the storm outside is loud. See you in the next exclusive, always here on your favorite channel.